The relationship between the United States and Canada has long been defined by close economic ties, especially in the energy sector. Canada, with its vast reserves of oil, natural gas, and other resources, has been a reliable supplier to the United States. But recent developments have strained this partnership, as the U.S. ramped up demands for Canadian resources, and Canada began to rethink its energy export policies. At the heart of the issue is the U.S.'s growing reliance on Canadian energy. Facing challenges like fluctuating energy prices and geopolitical uncertainties, the U.S. has leaned heavily on Canada to meet its domestic needs. This dependence has led to calls from U.S. officials for even greater access to Canadian resources, often framed as a matter of national security and economic stability. Trump's bold proposal, Canada as the 51st state. In late 2024, during a dinner at Mar-a-Lago, President Donald Trump made a startling suggestion to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. What if Canada became the 51st state of the United States? Trump argued that Canadians would benefit from lower taxes, better health care, and stronger military protection under U.S. governance. While the remark was initially met with nervous laughter, it soon became clear that Trump wasn't entirely joking. By December 2024, Trump began referring to Trudeau as Governor Justin Trudeau of the great state of Canada on his social media platform, Truth Social. He claimed that many Canadians supported the idea of joining the U.S., though no evidence backed this assertion. By early 2025, Trump escalated his rhetoric, threatening to impose a 25% tariff on all Canadian imports unless Canada enhanced its border security, citing concerns about fentanyl smuggling. He also argued that the U.S. was subsidizing Canada by nearly $300 billion and suggested that annexation would solve this imbalance. Trudeau's response was swift and firm. There isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would become part of the United States. Despite this, Trump continued to push the idea, even suggesting that Canadian taxes would drop by 60% and businesses would double in size under U.S. rule. He ruled out military force but emphasized using economic pressure to achieve his goal. Canada fights back, protecting sovereignty. Faced with Trump's threats, Canada formulated a comprehensive strategy to protect its economic interests. In February 2025, Canada announced a 25% tariff on $155 billion worth of U.S. imports, targeting key industries. Additionally, Canada began exploring ways to reduce its reliance on the U.S. market. One major move was diversifying energy exports, particularly oil and natural gas, to Asia. The completion of the Trans Mountain Pipeline in 2024 played a pivotal role, enabling Canada to triple its oil export capacity to 890,000 barrels per day and ship more crude to countries like China and Japan. Canada also considered restricting electricity exports to U.S. states like New York and Michigan, which rely heavily on Canadian power. Beyond tariffs, Canada explored non-tariff measures, such as limiting U.S. access to Canadian government contracts and restricting exports of critical minerals. Why does the U.S. want Canada? The answer lies in Canada's vast natural resources. In 2023, Canada was the fourth largest oil producer globally, with 81% of its oil exports going to the U.S. It's also a major producer of natural gas, nickel, aluminum, uranium, and diamonds. Trump's comments about annexation sparked debates about whether the U.S. was eyeing Canada's resources as a long-term solution to its energy and economic needs. For example, oil. Canada's oil sands in Alberta produce over 87% of its crude oil, with most exports going to the U.S. Midwest and Gulf Coast. Natural gas. Canada is the fifth largest producer globally, exporting 7.9 billion cubic feet per day to the United States. Uranium. Canada is the second largest producer, supplying 15% of the world's uranium, crucial for nuclear energy. Diamonds. Canada is the third largest producer, known for high-quality, ethically sourced gemstones. Canada's strategic shift. To counter U.S. pressure, Canada is strengthening trade ties with Europe and Asia. Agreements like the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, CETA, with the EU and the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPP, are opening new markets. Domestically, Canada is addressing interprovincial trade barriers to boost internal economic resilience. Nationalistic sentiment is also rising, with grassroots movements encouraging Canadians to buy local products. This shift not only supports domestic businesses, but also reduces reliance on U.S. trade. 25% tariff imposed. In a significant move, President Donald Trump on Monday, February 10, 2025, imposed a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports to the United States, including those from Canada. The decision, which also raises aluminum tariffs from 10% to 25%, marks a sharp reversal from Trump's promise just a week earlier to suspend tariffs on Canadian and Mexican imports. This latest action echoes the steel and aluminum tariffs imposed during Trump's first administration, though the rationale this time appears less focused on national security and more on economic concerns, such as job creation and reducing the U.S. trade deficit. The new tariffs, which apply to all countries without exceptions, have drawn criticism from various quarters, including American industries and labor groups. The United Steelworkers Union, which typically supports protective trade measures, warned that broadly applied tariffs could backfire. In a statement, the union emphasized the importance of distinguishing between trusted trade partners, like Canada, and countries that engage in unfair trade practices. Canada, the largest supplier of steel to the U.S., is particularly impacted by this decision. Other major suppliers include Brazil, Mexico, South Korea, and Vietnam. The move has raised concerns about potential retaliation from Canada and other trading partners, as well as the broader economic implications for U.S. industries reliant on imported materials. The decision to impose tariffs on Canada, a key ally and trading partner, has sparked debate over its potential impact on U.S.-Canada relations and the broader North American economy. While the Trump administration has framed the tariffs as a means to protect American industries and workers, critics argue that the move could harm U.S. businesses and consumers by increasing costs and disrupting supply chains. As the situation unfolds, stakeholders on both sides of the border are closely monitoring the potential for further negotiations or retaliatory measures. For now, the reinstatement of tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum imports underscores the complexities and challenges of U.S. trade policy under the Trump administration. Do you think these tariffs are a necessary step or a risky move? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights. Thanks for watching.